Hello and welcome to another episode of Daily Current Affairs. Let us begin with the previous day's question. With reference to the nilgai, consider the following statements. 1. It is the largest antelope species native to Asia. 2. It is primarily diurnal. 3. It exhibits year-round breeding behavior with a gestation period of about 8 months. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option D. The nilgai, also known as the blue bull or blue buck, is the largest antelope species native to Asia. It is predominantly found in the northern Indian subcontinent, ranging from Pakistan to Bangladesh. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Nilgai are diurnal animals, meaning that they are active primarily during the daytime. They inhabit dry tropical forests and are herbivorous, feeding on grass, herbs, leaves, seeds, and commonly woody plants. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The species is known to breed throughout the year and the average gestation period is approximately 8 months. This allows for relatively consistent reproduction without a strict seasonal pattern. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Question 1. Consider the following minerals. 1. Rhenium. 2. Tantalum. C. Titanium. How many of the above is or are mentioned in the list of critical minerals released by the Ministry of Mines? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The correct answer is option C. The Ministry of Mines has released a list of 30 critical minerals that are essential for India's economic development, energy transition, and national security. These include minerals required for sectors such as electronics, renewable energy, aerospace, and defense. These minerals include antimony, beryllium, bismuth, cobalt, copper, gallium, germanium, graphite, hafnium, indium, lithium, molybdenum, niobium, nickel, PGE, phosphorus, potash, REE, rhenium, silicon, strontium, tantalum, tellurium, tin, titanium, tungsten, vanadium, zirconium, selenium, and cadmium. These minerals are vital for high-temperature alloys, electronics, and lightweight, corrosion-resistant components respectively. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 2. Tunga and willow, recently seen in the news for a common purpose, are associated with which of the following? A. Advanced chip technologies developed for high-performance computing and quantum processing. B. Indigenous geospatial data platforms launched for rural land records digitization. C. Smart irrigation systems integrating AI and IoT for precision agriculture. D. Bioengineered food processing units for reducing agro-waste. The correct answer is option A. Tunga is a RISC-V-based system-on-chip developed by Caligo Technologies featuring a POSIT numeric unit. It is designed for high-performance computing and artificial intelligence workloads, offering better precision and dynamic range compared to traditional floating point systems. On the other hand, Willow is a new quantum computing chip developed by Google, which significantly reduces computational errors as quantum processors scale, thereby enhancing reliability and performance. Both technologies represent major advancements in the field of advanced chip design and next-generation processing architectures. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 3. Consider the following electoral provisions. 1. Allocation of seats in the Lok Sabha, state legislative assemblies and state legislative councils. 2. Delimitation of constituencies for the purpose of elections. 3. Preparation of electoral rolls. How many of the above are covered under the provisions of the Representation of People Act 1950? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The correct answer is option C. The Representation of People Act 1950 was enacted under the powers granted to Parliament by the Constitution to regulate all matters relating to elections to the Parliament and state legislatures. The Act provides for the allocation of seats in the Lok Sabha, state legislative assemblies and state legislative councils, the delimitation of constituencies for the purpose of elections, and the preparation of electoral rolls and determination of qualifications of voters. Therefore, all three provisions mentioned fall within the scope of the RPA 1950. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 4. Consider the following statements related to Nisar satellite. 1. It will be launched into low Earth orbit using ISRO's Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. 2. It is designed to map the entire globe every 12 days to monitor changes in Earth's surface. 3. It is equipped with a dual-frequency radar system combining NASA's L-band radar and ISRO's S-band radar. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option B. Nisar is a joint Earth observation satellite mission developed by NASA and ISRO. The satellite will be launched using ISRO's GSLV F-16 rocket, not the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It is designed to monitor changes in Earth's surface, including land deformation, glacier movements, and ecosystem dynamics. The satellite will map the entire globe every 12 days, allowing for frequent and precise monitoring of natural hazards and climate change. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Nisar is equipped with dual-frequency synthetic aperture radar systems, L-band radar developed by NASA and S-band radar developed by ISRO, making it the first mission to use two radar frequencies to observe Earth simultaneously. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 5. Consider the following agricultural and industrial products. 1. Sugarcane juice. 2. Damaged food grains unfit for human consumption. 3. Molasses. 4. Rice straw. How many of the above can be used in the production of ethanol? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. Only 3. D. All 4. The correct answer is option D. Under the Ethanol Blended Petrol Program and the National Policy on Biofuels 2018, revised in 2022, the Government of India has expanded the range of permissible feedstocks for ethanol production to boost domestic ethanol supply and reduce crude oil imports. Sugarcane juice and molasses are traditional 1G feedstocks used extensively in India's ethanol production. Damaged food grains unfit for human consumption, such as spoiled rice, wheat, or maize, have also been allowed, particularly during surplus years, to divert wastage into fuel. Furthermore, rice straw and other agricultural residues are considered 2G feedstocks, which are processed through advanced technologies to extract ethanol from cellulose and lignocellulosic biomass. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Question 6. The Bhore Committee, which was in news, is primarily related to which of the following? A. Agricultural reforms in India. B. Indian industrial policy. C. Health and medical infrastructure. D. Education policy and reforms. The correct answer is option C. The Health Survey and Development Committee in 1943 was constituted under the chairmanship of Sir Joseph Bhore and submitted its report in 1946. The committee conducted a survey about health conditions and health organizations in the country and made recommendations for future development. The integration of preventive, promotive, and curative health services and the establishment of primary health centers in rural areas were the major recommendations made by this committee. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 7. The Brihadishwar and Airavateshwar temples in India are associated with which architectural style? A. Dravidian architecture. B. Nagara architecture. C. Visara architecture. D. Buddhist architecture. The correct answer is option A. Raja Chola I built the Grand Brihadishwar temple at Thanjavur. It is dedicated to Lord Shiva and the perfect example of Dravidian temple architecture. The temple is part of the UNESCO World Heritage and is known as one of the great living Chola temples, with other two being the Gangaikonda Cholapuram and the Airavateshwar temple built by Raja II. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 8. Consider the following statements. 1. As of 2025, India is the third largest startup ecosystem globally after the US and China with over 100 unicorns. 2. Credit guarantee scheme for startups, which facilitates collateral-free loans to startups to ensure access to credit, is among the flagship schemes of Startup India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only. B. 2 only. C. Both 1 and 2. D. Neither one nor two. The correct answer is option C. The Startup India initiative is a government program launched in 2016 that supports entrepreneurs and startups in India. India is now the third largest startup ecosystem globally after the US and China, with over 100 unicorns. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Flagship schemes under Startup India. Fund of Funds for Startups, a rupees 10,000 crore fund to provide early stage funding support. Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. SISFS offers financial assistance to startups for proof of concept, prototype development, and product trials. Credit Guarantee Scheme for Startups. CGSS facilitates collateral-free loans to startups to ensure access to credit. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Startup Intellectual Property Protection. SIPP provides startups with assistance in patent filing, trademark registration, and intellectual property rights protection at reduced costs. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 9. With reference to Lok Adalats, consider the following statements. 1. The Legal Services Authorities Act 1987 provides statutory status to Lok Adalats. 2. If parties are unsatisfied with a Lok Adalat award, they cannot appeal it but may file a case in the appropriate court by following due procedure. 3. It deals with cases such as matrimonial disputes, compoundable offences, and non-compoundable criminal offences. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The correct answer is option B. Lok Adalat is a forum designed for settling disputes either pending in the court or at the pre-litigation stage through compromise or amicable settlement. The Legal Services Authorities Act 1987 provided statutory status to Lok Adalats. Hence, statement 1 is correct. This act gave the institution the authority to pass awards with the same effect as a court decree. If the parties are not satisfied with the award of the Lok Adalat, though there is no provision for an appeal against such an award, but they are free to initiate litigation by approaching the court of appropriate jurisdiction, by filing a case, by following the required procedure in exercise of their right to litigate. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It deals with various cases such as matrimonial disputes, compoundable criminal offences, labor disputes, bank recovery, housing, and consumer grievances. Lok Adalat does not have jurisdiction over non-compoundable offences such as serious criminal cases, as these cannot be settled through compromise. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 10. Which article of the Indian Constitution empowers the President on the advice of the Council of Ministers to refer any question of law or fact of public importance to the Supreme Court for its opinion? A. Article 140. B. Article 141. C. Article 142. D. Article 143. The correct answer is option D. Article 140. Parliament may by law make provision for conferring upon the Supreme Court such supplemental powers not inconsistent with any of the provisions of this Constitution as may appear to be necessary or desirable for the purpose of enabling the court more effectively to exercise the jurisdiction conferred upon it by or under this Constitution. Article 141 states that the law declared by the Supreme Court shall be binding on all courts within the territory of India. Article 142 empowers the Supreme Court to pass any decree or order necessary for doing complete justice in any case or matter pending before it. Article 143 gives the President the power to refer any question of law or fact of public importance to the SC for its opinion based on the Union Council of Ministers' advice. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Now let us look at a practice question. With reference to the Chola dynasty, consider the following statements. 1. It was one of the three major Tamil dynasties alongside Cheras and Pandyas. 2. The empire reached its peak under Rajaraja Chola I and Rajendra Chola I, expanding across South India, Sri Lanka, and parts of Southeast Asia. 3. During the rule, the revenue system was managed by a department called Puravu Varithi Naikalam. How many of the statements given above is or are not correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. Please provide your answers in the comment section.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.